Hi everyone, welcome to today's session, which is the next session as part of this linear arrangement course, a full course designated to ensure that all your queries regarding linear arrangement, the entire module is getting covered. So I hope you've gone through the previous parts. So this is part 7 of the video. I hope all of you have gone through part 1 to 6. In case you haven't, make sure you're going through the part 1 to 6 post checking out this video. So in today's session, we'll be looking at a very important component within the linear arrangement module, but this is the top to bottom arrangement, that is floors based LR. So this is nothing but a top to bottom arrangement where you have people on different floors, starting with the bottom floor up to the top floor. But what is important here is that in floors based LR, it is not necessarily that there is unique mapping of people to floors, which means what? There can be multiple people sharing a floor as well. So both are possible. There could be some people exclusively staying on a particular floor, whereas on some floors you can have multiple people sharing that floor as well. So we've already gone through the concept sessions in the previous videos. So today what we'll do is we'll look at a actual set based on flows with LR and try and solve this. This is a free initiative to cover the entire LR module. It's brought to you by me, Nilanjan Datta, a CAT, as well as a DILR 100 Percentiler. All those who joined in, do not forget to like, comment, and share the video so more and more CAT aspirants can benefit from this free initiative. So let's get started with the set. So today's set is on a floors based LR. So here you have a 6th floor apartment from the ground floor to the 5th floor. So you have 6 floors, ground floor, 1st floor, 2nd floor, 3rd floor, 4th floor, and 5th floor. So what we do is, this is the 5th floor, this is the 4th floor, this is the 3rd floor, this is the 2nd floor, this is the 1st floor, and here you have the ground floor, which is the bottom floor. What you need to do is identify who all are staying in each of these floors. However, as you can see, you have 8 ladies, but only 6 floors available, which is why it's saying each floor has at least 1 occupant, but not more than 2, which means any floor can have either 1 or 2 occupants, but not more than 2. So what you have is the following clues to play with, using which you need to identify who is staying on which floor. So the questions in the set are as follows. There are 4 questions. 2 are on this page, which is which lady is definitely not put up on the floor immediately below Hermits. The second question is who's staying on the 4th floor if Brinda is sharing a floor with someone. The third question is for how many of the ladies can the exact floor be ascertained, and the 4th one is which of the floors definitely has more than 1 occupants. So these are the 4 questions in the set. The first thing you need to do is get the floor based arrangement sorted. So let us see how to go about arranging these 8 ladies across the 6 floors. Now, always you need to do is, as I've said in linear arrangement, what is that? Fix one person on whom you have a direct clue. So who's that one person on whom we have a direct clue? It is Shweta. It says Shweta lives on the 3rd floor. So what we do is, against the 3rd floor, we mark Shweta. So we put the 3rd floor as S. We mark the name as Shweta. Now what about the remaining floors? If you look at clues on Shweta, you have 2 clues. One says Harmeet lives exactly between the floor in which Shweta and Naomi live, which means either Harmeet can be below Shweta or Harmeet can be above Shweta. So one possibility is Harmeet is here in between Shweta and Naomi. So this is one such possibility of arrangement. Exactly between means equidistant. So as you can see, Harmeet has Shweta one floor above her and Harmeet has Naomi one floor below her. So Harmeet is exactly between the floors where Shweta and Naomi are staying. The other possibility is if Harmeet and Naomi are both above Shweta. So in case Harmeet is above Shweta in the fourth floor, then Naomi must be going to the topmost floor, such that once again Harmeet is exactly between the floors in which Shweta and Naomi lives. Since we are getting two possible cases, do not ignore any one case, because remember, both the cases are important because the answers would depend on both the cases. So Hamisha, in such sets, make sure that you're considering both the sets that are required, both the cases are required to answer the questions. Excuse me. What is the next thing you do? The next thing you do is, it says there is one more clue on Shweta. What is that? Shweta lives exactly between the floors in which Brinda and Naomi lives. So here, Naomi is on the fifth floor, Shweta is on the third floor, which means Naomi is 2 floors above Shweta. Given that Shweta lives exactly between the 2 floors of Brinda and Naomi, it means the distance from Naomi to Shweta and Shweta to Brinda must be equidistant. So if Naomi is 2 floors above Shweta, then Brinda must be 2 floors below Shweta, such that Shweta is staying in between, exactly in between the floors of Naomi and Brinda. So as you can see, the third floor is exactly in between the first and the fifth floor. In case 2, Naomi is on the first floor, which means correspondingly Brinda must be on the fifth. So in both cases, what is happening is Shweta is staying exactly between Naomi and Brinda. And also between Shweta and Naomi, you have Harmeet who's staying in between. So what we are doing is we are proceeding with both possible cases. What is the next clue we look at? The next clue, the moment you plug in Brinda, it says Brinda lives just above. Just above means immediately above. Immediately above, that is on adjacent floors as well as above. So Brinda lives just above the floor in which Riddhima lives. So in the first case, if Brinda is on the first floor, Riddhima must be on the ground floor. In the second case, if Brinda is on the fifth floor, then effectively Riddhima should be on the fourth floor. So what we've done is we've arranged the 5 of them, that is Naomi, Harmeet, Shweta, Brinda and Riddhima, the 5 of them are arranged. There's also a mention that no one else lives on Kanya's floor, which means the remaining floor must be going to Kanya, because whatever's happening, Kanya is not sharing a floor with anybody. So the empty floor that is remaining has to go to Kanya. So what we do is, in the first case, the second floor is remaining. The second floor is going to Kanya. In the case 2, then the right hand side case, Kanya is going to the ground floor. So let us mark this as case 1 and this side as case 2. Now, what are the next clues that is being talked about here? It says there's one more clue, and that is regarding the remaining 2 people in the set, Penty and Tanya. But one thing is for certain, in both the cases, all 6 floors are occupied. So Penty and Tanya must be repeating floors. So what are the questions saying? Penty lives below the floor in which Shweta lives. So Shweta is living on the 3rd floor in both the cases. Penty is living below the floor where Shweta lives, but above Tanya's floor. So in the first case, there are 3 floors available, out of which second floor is not available for Penty and Tanya. Why? Because no one else lives on Kanya's floor. Which means, given that only the first and ground floor is available, it must be Penty on the first floor and it must be Tanya on the ground floor. Why? Because Penty lives above Tanya's. So Penty is on the first floor, Tanya's on the ground. What about the second case? In case 2 again, Kanya's floor is not occupied by anybody else because it said no one else lives on Kanya's. So between Shweta's floor and Kanya's floor, there are 2 options available, which means given that Penty is living above Tanya, so the only option for Penty is second floor here, and in this case, the only option for Tanya is first floor. तो इससे क्या हो रहा है? हमारा 8 लोग are getting arranged. So all the 8 ladies have got arranged in the 6 floors. The only difference is here on the first floor you have Brinda and Penty, and on the ground floor you have Riddhima and Tanya. Whereas in this case, case 2, you have Harmeet and Penty sharing the second floor and Naomi and Tanya sharing the first. Now the important thing in this set is you have to use both the cases. काफी बार क्या होता है हम एक केस को इग्नोर कर जाते हैं. And the moment you do that, you will end up with the wrong answer. तो कभी भी कोई एक केस को इग्नोर मत करना. Keep in mind both the possibilities and proceed. So what are the questions saying? The first question is saying which lady is definitely not put up on the floor immediately below Harmeet. So Harmeet in the first case is staying in the 4th floor. So who's immediately below Harmeet? Shweta. So Shweta is immediately below Harmeet. I need the person who's not staying immediately below Harmeet. In the second case, that is case 2, the people staying immediately below Harmeet are Naomi and Tanya, which means Naomi and Tanya are also immediately below Harmeet. So the person who's definitely not put up immediately below Harmeet is option C, Penty. In the first case, Penty is way below Harmeet. In the second case, Harmeet and Penty are sharing the same floor, but whatever happens, Penty is not staying immediately below Harmeet in either case. Hence the first answer is option C, that is Penty. What about the second one? The second question is saying if Brinda is sharing a floor with someone. So which case are we talking about? In case 2, if you see, Brinda is alone on the 5th floor. But in case 1, Brinda is sharing her floor, which means this question is basically referring to case 1. In case 1, the question is saying who's staying on the 4th floor. If condition का purpose क्या है? To help you eliminate case 2 and narrow down to only case 1. So in case 1, who's staying on the 4th floor? If you look at the 4th floor, you have Harmeet staying on it. Hence the answer is option A, that is Harmeet. Let's move on to the third question in the set. The third one is saying for how many of the ladies can the exact floor be asserted? If we look here, on none of the floors we can say exactly person except for the 3rd floor. 5th floor, it can be either Naomi or Brinda, so nothing uniquely can be said. 4th floor can be either Harmeet or Riddhima, again nothing unique. 3rd floor is definitely going to be Shweta. 2nd floor can be Kanya, can be Harmeet, can be Penty. So it can be again any one of them. 1st floor can again be Penty, it can be Brinda, it can be Naomi, it can be Tanya. So again, nobody uniquely. Ground floor can be Tanya, can be Riddhima, can be Kanya, which means again, nobody unique. The only floor where we have a unique person is the 3rd floor, which is Shweta. Which means for only 1 out of the 8 ladies can we uniquely say which floor they are belonging to. That is, for Shweta, we can say that yes, Shweta is staying on the 3rd floor. Hence the answer is option A, that is for one of the ladies. The final question in the set is saying which of the floors definitely has more than one occupant, which means somebody is sharing that floor. Now again, you've got to consider both the cases. In case 1, you have the 1st floor as well as the ground floor. In case 2, you have the second floor as well as the first floor. But if you notice, there is one floor which is the first floor, which is always going into sharing. The people might differ, but question kya pooch raha hai? Which floor definitely has more than one occupants? In both the cases, first floor has more than one occupant. एक case में it is Penty and Brinda. In the other case it is Naomi and Tanya. But that doesn't matter. What matters is first floor में हमेशा you have more than one occupant. For a ground floor and second floor, it is there holding true in one case. It is not holding true in the other case. But जैसे the question पूछ रहा है definitely has, it means in all possible cases you must be having more than one occupant. And as you can see, that is holding true only for the first floor. Hence the answer is option B, that is first. So this is the way you have to solve any floors based arrangement. Again, it is similar in principle to linear arrangement. Start with your identifying your point of reference. For example, in this case, a good point of reference was Shweta, on whom you have your direct clue provided. Then look for direct clues related to Shweta. For example, there was direct clue related to Shweta, Brinda and Naomi. There's again a direct clue related to Harmeet, Shweta and Naomi. Using which you try and plug in the people, and as you start plugging in people, look for further clues onto them. Also, at all points of time, staying alert for the question options is very important. So I hope this set is clear to all of you. In case you still have any doubts, do not hesitate to write in the comment section, or it would be better if you can reach out to us via the Telegram group. So in this Telegram group, if you're facing any doubts on any of the sessions in linear arrangement, be it this one or the previous sessions or the upcoming sessions, do not hesitate to reach out to us via the Telegram group for more of such practice questions as well as more on such concept videos, not only for DILR but also for Quants and the other sections as far as CAT is concerned. So we'll again be coming up with a new video for linear arrangement again the following day. As you know, it's a daily exercise. Also, what I've done is, on popular request of a lot of you, those of you are preparing for CAT and those of you are looking for a compilation of courses. So what I've done is I've compiled a list of playlist kind of a thing which you guys can follow. So just copy paste these links onto your URL, browser URL, or you'll get them available on the Telegram channel. Make sure all of you are playing this playlist and all of you are watching each and every video as part of the DI crash course, as part of the DILR crash course, as part of the DILR Score Booster workshops, which is an initiative to help you exceed your 99 plus percentile mark in the DILR section, and finally on games and tournaments. This playlist will cover entire DILR section. It's not just DILR, also for Quants we have a similar playlist that is compilation of all the topics: arithmetic, algebra, geometry, numbers and modern maths. Just copy paste these links onto your browser and start watching. Use access code to access these. Also, as part of this initiative, we'll come up with a new video daily. So do suggest us topics for upcoming videos. What are the areas in linear arrangement where you're facing difficulties? Also, what are the upcoming modules you want from us, on which you want more free videos? It could be circular arrangement, it could be some other topic like games and tournaments. Whichever topics you need, make sure that you're clarifying and you're letting us know via the Telegram channel and also via the comments section. So do not forget to like, share and comment on this video and share it with as many CAT aspirants as possible so that more and more people can benefit. Also, do keep in touch via the Telegram channel until the next video is coming up the following day. On that note, thank you everybody. Stay connected via the Telegram channel. Once again, thank you everybody and happy learning.